The 1976 Olympics had its own controversy. It cost extra billions of dollars to construct Olympic Stadium and the other venues that allegedly the mafia in Quebec, with some U.S. mafia involved, caused the overruns. Drapeau said the only way Montreal would have a deficit would be a man having a baby. Of course, that huge deficit took decades to pay off. But what was controversial, which a lot of people have not remembered, was the omission of a certain 50-kilometer walk from the Olympic schedule for the Games, caused the IAAF to choose or host its own World Championships in response. Now, the 76 Summer Olympics in track and field, 37 big events were involved. There were a total of, get this, 1,005 participating athletes from 80 countries, despite the African boycott over the New Zealand rugby tour of South Africa. Now, the men's 50 kilometers walk competition was dropped entirely from the athletics program, despite its constant presence at the Games since 1932. The IAAF chose to host its own world title event instead, a month after the Olympics. This foreshadowed the creation of the IAAF World Championships in Athletics in the following years, which has benefited all the non-American and non-Eastern Bloc countries, mostly Canada, because we don't have to gear up as much for the Olympics. We got the World Championships every couple of years to be part of. Now, numerous records were set in Montreal. There was a whole bunch of upsets and a whole bunch of what he called deceptions. The biggest upset, of course, was the great Hazley Crawford winning the 100 meters in .02 seconds past Don Corey of Jamaica and the great Ukrainian athlete Valery Borzov, who was third. He won the 72 games. Now, Corey eventually went on to win the 200 with the U.S. duo with Millard Hampton and Dwayne Evans finishing second and third, respectively. Of course, the 400 and 800 were all the bevy of that great superstar Alberto Juantorena, who set a world record in the 800 with a 1:43.5 and a speedy 44.26 in the 400 meters. In the 1500, in a slight upset, John Walker outdistanced Ivo Van Damme and Paul-Heinz Wellman for the metric mile title, while the great Lassie Viren repeated the 72 double by winning the 5,000 over Dick Quacks of New Zealand, and of course the marathoner Carlos Lopez finished 5 seconds behind him in the 10,000. Now, in a very interesting race, Willie Davenport ended up third in a match that a lot of people felt he had a chance to win, and Guy Drut won the 110 with a 13.3. And of course, the incomparable and the ageless Edwin Moses won the 400 meters in a world record for the hurdles at 47.64. The steeplechase, a slight upset, the 808 barrier was almost broken, with Anders Gadund winning in 808.02. Now, the 4x100 meters, Glance, Jones, Hampton, and Riddick won in 33.33, past GDR in the Soviet Union. And the 4x400 meters, the States won as well, outdistancing Poland and West Germany. In the marathon, Vladimir Sapinski won in a controversial Olympic record of 2:09.55. Shorter claimed he was on drugs, while other people claimed Shorter was on drugs. I think what we're talking about here is blood doping, but very interesting in the rainy streets of Montreal. Now, Daniel Bautista won an Olympic record for the 20K walk from Mexico, 1:24.40.6. The high jump, Greg Joy came close, becoming a national hero, winning the gold, but he lost by 2.2 centimeters to a world record champion Jacek Wozola of Poland. Now, in the pole vault, Tadeusz Sorowski defeated Ante Kalamaki via tiebreaker in the pole vault, and the long jump, Arnie Robinson won with 8:35. Triple jump was Victor Sanyev with a 17.29 for the Soviet Union. Shot put, Udo Bayer of East Germany won with 22.05. And of course, Mac Wilkins, who everybody thought was going to win 4 years before the Olympics even started, won with a 67.5 meters. Hammer throw, Yure Sedya won with 77.52, an Olympic record. The javelin for the men, Mikolos and Nemeth broke the world record with 94.58, beating Hanno Sitonen of Finland by nearly 7 meters. Now, of course, Bruce Jenner, not sure he's on the Russian cocktail or not, but he did enough to win via world record with 8,618 points. Now, in the women's event, East Germany dominated the sprints, and again, Richter won the women's 100 with 11:08, while Barbel Eckert won an Olympic record 22:37. Of course, the ageless Irina Savinska won in the world record time of 49:28 by a full second over Christina Bremer of East Germany. In the 800 and 1500, Tatiana Kazankina won, winning in a world record in the 800 with a 154.94 and a 405.48 for 1500. In the hurdles, Joanna Schaller of East Germany took the gold, while the East German 4x100 relay team broke the Olympic record with a 42.55. Now, the 4x400, the Germans dominated again in a world record time, 3:19.23. In high jump, Rosa Marie Ackermann won an Olympic record 193. Long jump, East Germans again, Angela Voigt with a 6.72. Shot put, Bulgaria's Ivanka Kristova won an Olympic record 21.16. And the discus, another East German, Evelyn Schlack won an Olympic record of 69 meters. In the javelin, Ruth Fuchs won with a 69.94, another Olympic record. You're seeing a lot of East German possible doped-up athletes. That's not for me to say, but that was the allegations afterward. And Siegel won for East Germany in the pentathlon with a 47.45. Now, the medal total, East Germany won the most medals with 27, 11 goals, following the States 6, 8, and 8, Soviet Union 4, 4, 10, Poland 3, 2, 0, Finland 2 and 2, Cuba 2 and 1, West Germany 1, 4 and 4, Bulgaria 1, 2 and 1, Jamaica, Corey with 1 and 1, New Zealand 1 and 1, France with a gold, Hungary with 1 gold, as Mexico, Sweden, and Trinidad and Tobago. Belgium had 2 silver, 1 bronze. Canada had 1 silver, as did Italy and Portugal. Brazil had 1 bronze. Czechoslovakia had 1 bronze as well, and so did Romania. So 37 events, a very, very interesting championship. But like I said, the domination of the East Germans on the female side, just like the swimmers, basically has been proven to be, a lot of it was drug related. But I want you to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really think drugs were as prevalent in the men's races as was in the female races. It was pretty well what he called the Europeans, although people were claiming that Juantorena was on drugs. He wasn't on drugs. But, I mean, it was a very fast thing. The thing is, the Americans could not compete with Borzov and Quarry and Hazley Crawford. Hazley Crawford was a natural speed demon. But what I find very interesting as well, ladies and gentlemen, UK were having a hard time this in the long distance runs at this Olympics. They only won bronze medal. By the time the 1980 and 84 Olympics rolled around, Great Britain was back again to be a powerhouse. But you notice something of all these medals, ladies and gentlemen? Who's missing here? Australia had a shitty Olympics. They were much better in the 80s into the 90s, but he had a shitty Olympics, ladies and gentlemen. But what really stands out for me, the 3 stars of the track and field event with Lassie Viren, Juantorena, and Hazley Crawford. I saw all 3 live when they won their events. Lassie Viren was just Pavel Nurmi. It must be Pavel Nurmi's great-grandson through another mother, because he had a tremendous Olympics. And the Finnish runners, again, that was a rebirth of the strength of Finland. So that's a short story in the 1976 Olympics for track and field. If you like what we're doing here with our Heritage Podcast tributes, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.